I think there's always a destructive element in creativity. There actually needs to be, otherwise it's not real creativity. You're just, in a sense, agreeing with everything that already exists. In order to really create, you need to break through boundaries and upset people by contradicting their views of things. My name's Peter Drew. I print posters and stick them up on the street. The posters are mostly about Australian and national identity, and I've been doing it for about 10 years or so. I was living in a share house with another artist, and he was a street artist, and I was sort of fascinated with that. And one night he invited me out to come and spray some stencils, and I was just hooked ever since. If you're an artist painting paintings for an exhibition, it might take 9 months. Paint all the works, put them up on the wall, promote it, hope people come along on the night, and it all comes down to one night after months and months of work. Street art is the complete opposite. You have an idea while you're at the wall. You can sort of communicate to an entire city rather than just a small group of people. It's the freedom of it. It's knowing that I don't really need to ask permission from anyone. I think that's really one of the defining things about my personality and my temperament. I really love not having a boss, really having to ask permission and being, on the fringes of the law. It just feels right to me.
My name's Tim. I do fire performance and poi spinning. For about 11 years I've been spinning poi and doing performance maybe for 9 or 10 years. It started because just a friend of mine did some fire spinnings, and then just kind of wanted to keep learning, and then just went from there pretty much. It started out like a hobby. It definitely was just for personal development and interest that I began to spin. From there I started learning quite a lot, and so was asked to come over and teach at a festival. So that was when I did my first performance, where I've been traveling to lots of different countries, performing and teaching things like the Winter Olympics, a few different festivals in America, in Russia, in Korea. So with spinning I've got these couple of businesses that I run based around performance and teaching and that kind of thing. So in Victoria Square, we've hired out the square for the day, put on a big show at night time, and then had some workshops, and then a fire jam to our community can just chill out and spin in the city afterwards. It can be kind of like meditation when you're spinning something. Awesome benefit of just spinning and practicing and training when your brain is fully engaged with like an activity you're doing, so that you can't really think about anything else at the same time.
That's it.
I'm Rico, and I am a baker. I've been running my own business for 3 years, and I've been a baker for about 5 years. I specialize in sourdough breads at the moment. Basically, I try and utilize natural yeasts rather than commercially made yeasts. And that's usually because natural yeasts, when you create a levain or a sourdough, you also have things like lactic acid bacteria, which is really good for your health. I also participated in national competitions. To be able to participate in those, I spent my night times practicing and training. I won the competition for bake skills in 2016. I started my own bakery because I couldn't find anyone to learn from, and I wanted to create products that there were no other bakeries currently doing at the time. That and make what I want. I tried to create a space where I was free to do so. So I'm really lucky enough to be supplying customers that have remained super loyal to me. I named my bakery Soy Boy. The reason for that being is that I found it on a shirt in an op shop. The reason why I don't think I'm successful is because the amount of effort to the reward seems so little. I've pretty much given up everything to pursue bread. No, that's the reality though. That's if you're going to pursue your passions, you're just going to dedicate everything to it.
My name's Fraser. I've been doing parkour for about 12 years, and that got me into filming, making parkour videos. And then from there, I started doing a whole bunch of different types of filming, which has eventually led me into programming, which is what I'm currently studying. I think the two projects that I'm most proudest of would probably be 2 parkour videos. One being a video in Australia that I filmed in Brisbane with a group called Owls Gang, and the video is called Delinquents. The other one would probably be Simian Fever, which was another video that I just edited, I didn't film, but it was two parkour guys in Portugal sent me footage, and I spent a long time working on that. Eventually doing a whole bunch of them, ended up meeting a local street artist called Peter Drew, and he wanted to film some of his street art. I was really keen on that. I was with my best friend at the time, Ronnie, and Peter, and we received funding from the Media Resource Centre to make a documentary, and came up with the idea around Peter's current street art at the time, which is about taking old photos of prisoners from 100 years prior, and that were in prison for crimes that were considered criminal at the time, but now they're not. So he put up posters of those, basically to signify that things change. That was a really cool experience. We just made this doco called Who Owns the Street? And then, it was really surprising to win the Best Short Film. From there, we got into the Sheffield International Documentary Film Festival, and that was the first time when I'd really thought about making films professionally. Because it's not about the tech and the gear that you're working with. It's like there's something beyond that, this sort of message or this sort of the art that exists beyond the physical art that you can see and touch. Now when I'm making videos, it's like I can see past what I'm doing and I can just see the idea that I want to show.